topics. All right. So we have looked at three important topics. The first three, yeah, we have discussed a number of important aspects, and I want to thank you so much, you guys, for your consistency. Yeah, we understand that sometimes people may not be available as because it's the weekend and things like that. Some people are busy, some people are in churches and things like that. But anyway, either ways, you guys have been awesome. And the purpose of this review basically is simply to assist, to just make sure that we are moving according to plan. So we've met, this is our third time this semester. And each time we've met, we've done one topic. Like I told you, there are not so many topics in this course. There are only a few topics, but they are very involving topics. So far, we've done, of course, we've done the introduction to financial management. We've done economic environments. We've also done financial markets and financial institutions. So before we go into working capital management and possibly sources of finance, that's business finance, I want us to do a review of what we have looked at so that we just, we keep our minds fresh and things like that. But also, I like reviews partly because reviews are able to help our subconscious minds to know that at some point, I'm going to be asked a question, all right? So reviews are awesome. So we're going to do these reviews partly because they are awesome and they are always there to help us to be able to, to be able to remember things that we have been looking at. So it's important that we do all these reviews. Okay, that's very important. Okay. Okay. All right. So on these reviews for today, guys, I want us to begin with the very first one, and then we go to the next topic, and then the third topic. So I have a set of 10 questions. 10 questions. So I'm going to be asking you to pick a question from 1 to 10. So let's begin with Jacqueline. All right. Yes, Jacqueline. So Jacqueline, I'm going to need you to pick a question from 1 to 10. Which question do you want to pick?
7.
All right, question number 7, from 1 to 10, explain 5 benefits of financial intermediation. 5 benefits of financial intermediaries. So I'm going to be writing so that I make sure that who gets what and who doesn't. Okay, so let's go, Jacqueline. 5 benefits of financial intermediation. Yes, Jacqueline.
5 benefits of financial intermediation.
Yes.
Okay, so number 1 would be that the pooled resources are made easily available to people who need the funds.
All right. Number 2.
Hello?
5 benefits of financial intermediaries or intermediation. So Jacqueline, you've said one that, yeah. All right. All right.
Okay, and then number 2, I think the second one would be, I think, the expertise that are provided in dealing with those, in managing the finances. So the expertise provided by the lenders or the people who work in the banks or the pension funds, that would be another benefit.
All right. Mr. B, do you agree? We asked for 5 financial intermediation. Jacqueline has said 2. I don't agree with 1, but I agree with 1. Do you want to assist before I ask your question? All right. So, so Jacqueline, your question. You filled your question. So, the 5 benefits of financial intermediation is number 1. It is a convenient way of saving. That's what we said. Financial intermediation provides the convenient of saving. And then number 2, we said they provide what is called the right source of funds for borrowers. When you go to the banks, you go to insurance houses, you go to, all these financial intermediaries, there's always available source of finance for you. But also the other benefit that there is what you call reduced risk, because the money is given to different borrowers. They don't get you 20 million kwacha and then give it to one person. They're going to lend it to different people. So not all of them are going to default. Then number 3, we talked about there's this issue with banks that has got to do with diversified portfolios. But also one thing I said I like personally is the maturity transformation, where money is available at the bank every time you go there. All right, there's a limit to how much money you can get. So that was Jacqueline's question. So Jacqueline did not get a mark. Fantastic. So Mr. Piri, I need you to be writing those marks for me on a piece of paper, or maybe we can give. I'm gonna need one of you to be helping me with writing those marks. I need to compile at the end. So let's say Mr. Piri, get a piece of paper. You'll be the one to be writing for me. So Jacqueline has got 0. So put 0 on Jacqueline. All right, that's okay. Mr. Piri?
Yes, Mr. Lusambo, I've recorded.
Right, so put Jacqueline's name, put 0. So let's go to the next one. Let's ask again. Let's ask Mwenya. Mwenya, there are questions 1 to 10. What's the question? 7 has been picked. Yes, Mwenya, pick a question.
Question 3.
You have to unmute your speaker if you want to say something.
Question 3.
Question number 3. So when you please question number 3. Question number 3 says, kindly explain the 2 sides that are involved in a financial manager's job. 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job.
Say that again. 2 what?
Kindly explain the 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job.
You need to repeat that.
Kindly explain the 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job, Jacqueline. Mwenya.
I don't know whether it's my network. I can only hear the 2 sides.
Mwenya, we can hear you clearly.
Yes, but I didn't get the question.
We are saying kindly explain the 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job. 2 sides.
In a financial what?
Manager's job, Mwenya, we can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. 2 sides in the financial manager's job.
Please answer.
Just clarify. You said in a financial
Yes.
Manager's job?
That's what we said, Mwenya.
Okay. To manage the company's finances.
All right, that's incorrect. Mr. P puts 0 on Mwenya. So the 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job. Anybody wants to try before we say the answer? Mr. Siame, do you want to try?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. My network was a bit breaking.
All right, Jacqueline, do you want to try?
Yeah, the network is very bad.
Can you rephrase the question, sir?
Yeah.
We said, kindly explain the 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job.
Managing day-to-day finances.
No, that's incorrect. Jacqueline?
Investment decisions and financing decisions?
No. So the 2 sides involved in a financial manager's job, we said number 1, there's planning. Number 2, control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what you said. So please put 0 on Mwenya. Mwenya, so you have Mwenya 0 for now. and Jacqueline has 0 for now. So we go to Mr. Siam. Mr. Siam, pick a question 1 to 10. This is what we said. Remember when we talked about planning and control, we said, of course, planning has got to convert, those objectives into financial targets, and also control has got to do with you being able to reduce the costs, because your job part is also to maintain the costs. So there's control and planning. When you plan, you have to make sure those things are implemented. Then control, things must be moving according to plan. So there are those two aspects of the financial manager's job. So let's move on to Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam, pick a question 1 to 10. What's the question? Mr. Siame, pick a question 1 to 10.
So I'm picking question 2.
Question number 2. All right. So Mr. Siame, you're picking question number 2. Question number 2 says, distinguish between monetary policy and fiscal policy. Distinguish between monetary policy and fiscal policy. What's the difference? Monetary policy and fiscal policy. Yes, Mr. Siame, your time is moving. Distinguish between, yes?
Okay, in fiscal policy, in fiscal policy, there's no specific targets as compared to monetary policy, where there is target inflation.
All right, that's absolutely incorrect. Very incorrect.
Can I try again?
Anybody wants to try before you go anywhere? Mr. Pili put 0 on Mr. Siami's number as well. So Mr. Siami 0, Mwenya 0, and Jacqueline 0. Anybody wants to try the difference, fiscal policy and monetary policy? Yes, guys, anybody wants to try fiscal policy and monetary policy?
So is it only one chance?
Yeah, one answer.
Oh, I didn't hear the conditions. My network was bad.
All right, your answer is incorrect. We're giving you 0. You answered. So we said, guys, just a few days ago, that a fiscal policy is simply action taken by government to spend or to collect money in taxes with the purpose of influencing conditions of the national economy. That was what we said. That is a fiscal policy. The government is either spending money or collecting money through taxes with the aim of influencing the national economy. That was what we said on fiscal policy. And then we want to say a monetary policy is simply the regulation of the economy through the monetary systems. Of course, such as money supply by the Bank of Zambia and things like that. Those are some of the things we talked about. So when the government is regulating the economy through these monetary policies or monetary systems by of course playing around such things as the variable supply of money, levels of interest, content of a bit of credit, all those kind of things. We said that sometimes the Bank of Zambia may see, or the government may say there's no money in circulation. So what do? They reduce the interest on debt so that people can borrow more money, so that they can do more money in the circulation. That's the monetary policy. Sometimes when there's too much money to prevent inflation and things like that, they increase the interest on borrowing so that people stop borrowing money. So that there's that balance, That's what we said. So from 1 to 10. Pick your question, Mr. Piri. 1 to 10, what's the question? Yes, Mr. Piri, 1 to 10. Okay, let's go to Mr. Mbeo. Mr. Mbeo, pick a question 1 to 10. Guys, can you hear me? Mr. Mbewe? Okay, Precious, pick a question 1 to 10. What's your question?
Question number 10.
Precious, pick a question 1 to 10.
Question number
What's your
10.
number? Yes, Precious?
Question 3.
Question number 10, Mr. Hello?
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I use headsets. Okay. Let me use headsets. Because
So it's how many questions each?
okay, Mr. Piri says question number 9. Mr. Piri, are you able to hear me? Because I can't see what you're saying.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Lusambo. I can hear you.
All right, Mr. Piri, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me, Mr. Piri? All right. So question 9 from Mr. Piri reads and says, briefly explain the 3 tasks involved. Briefly explain the 3 types of decisions involved in a financial management. 3 types of decisions involved. Yes, Mr. Piri.
Oh, the first one is investment decision.
All right. I don't think
Investment decision.
I can't hear that. All right. Let's move on. Please, Mr. Piri, put your name. Let's go to Precious. Precious, pick a question 1 to 10.
Mr. Lusambo.
Pick a question.
Mr. Lusambo.
Question 3.
Mr. Piri, mute your speaker. There's a little bad feedback. Precious, pick a question 1 to 10.
I pick question number 3.
Can't hear that. Mr. Chindo, pick a question 1 to 10. Okay, so what I'll do, let me try and get it. Maybe this one not working. So guys, I've put on headsets now, different cables. So let's go, Mr. Tindo, pick a question 1 to 10. Mr. Tindo, question 1 to 10. It is so hard to click on the speaker and say a number.
Mr. Sambo. Mr. Sambo.
Mr. P, mute your speaker, please. Mr. Mbeo, mute your speaker, please. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Mr. Tindo. All of you mute your speakers. Mr. Tindo, please pick a question 1 to 10. Is it true you can't hear me?
So I can get you clearly.
I can get you, Mr. Rusamboso, me. I can get you.
All right. Mr. Siami, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
All right. I'm just going to cut this thing off.